welcome to this special Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday, actually for the people in the UK, because I know it's not the same. I just can see Brother Omawali's face going quiet. By sheer, I don't know what to call it, a sheer majesty of spirit, this was changed to the 14th of March, which I didn't realize was Mother's Day. But obviously Spirit knew it was Mother's Day, and this is why we're having it today. So welcome again. This would have been because we were hoping to stream this on Facebook and YouTube, but it didn't work out. But anyway, that was the plan, and it's going to be recorded, as you can see, and then shared thereafter. But let's have a nice little, another musical welcome from these water drummers before we kick in. Absolutely delicious. So they're these people from Vanuatu. That is absolutely lovely. I just love that. So again, welcome. And I was explaining before that it's what the women, which they're called Liquindi, and another name which has gone out of my head, and they do this before they go on hunting ventures, and this is to ensure their success. So yeah, so very much again, welcome. We're going to also ask Brother Okomfo Kofi, Brother Sankara. I know him as Brother Sankara before I knew the Okomfo Kofi bit, so that's why I put everything in, just to cover my tracks. To offer up a prayer to Mami Wata before we start. So
Mama Sasaya, Mother Earth, and Sa. Nana Tigari, who I must greet first. And Sa. Mami Wata, Mummy, Obo Rose, Lady Rose, Mami Wata, my mother, and mother to all. We greet you, we salute you this day, and we give thanks for your love, your mercy, your blessings, your protection, your guidance, and direction for each and every one of us. We give thanks for the gift of life, for carrying us through last night into this day to see this day in good health and strength. We send our prayers out to our loved ones, our friends, our family, our relatives, our neighbors, our communities, wherever we are around the world. And we send peace, love, blessings, and happiness and protection, especially through these troubling times. Mummy, along with all the deities and the Netarus and the spirits, we call upon you, we acknowledge you to be amongst us, to guide our meeting, our launch, our opening for the birth of this book, In Search of Mami Wata. We give thanks to Sister Ya, Mami Lou, and all the contributors who have made this possible, from those who have submitted works to those who have printed and presented the book. And we pray that this will be launched around the world, that the book will find its way around the globe in as many countries as possible. It may touch, we pray that it will touch lives, it will open doors for conversations. We pray that those who are curious, those who are seeking, those who are being called, even though they may not know they're being called, will feel the touch, will feel the spirit to continue their quest to understand and learn more, and not be afraid to take the step from the unknown into the unknown, because it is all good. And we know that you are behind us as a mother, protecting and guiding us in everything that we do. So right now, we give thanks, praise, and glory for all that you've done, all you're doing, and all that you're yet to do. And we give thanks and say, Medawasi, 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 Oyradon, Follow Barat, Madukwe, Asheo.
Asheo, Asheo. Thank you, thank you. Ashe, 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 Medasio. Thank you, Brother Sankara.
Okay, my pleasure.
Okay, good.
Baby.
I don't know what that feedback was, but you can unspotlight
Okay.
and mute whoever that sound, wherever that sound is coming from, please.
Please mute yourselves. I'm going to say it one more time and sound like a sort of school teacher. Please mute yourselves, participants. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We were hoping to have Baba Menez de Griot to do this next bit, to say a few words. He might be floating around and on, but I doubt it. I haven't seen that communication from him. But in any case, Baba contributed this, the inside of the book cover. But Brother Sankara is still on Spotlight. Can someone unspotlight him, please?
15 minutes left.
So, yeah, and maybe spotlight me. And yeah, so this was the inside cover that you're seeing a bit of there. Baba Menez is a comfort practitioner. He is a spiritual practitioner in the Ifa tradition. He is you know, so he is a master drummer, and so he's also my spiritual mentor, along with, I discovered this photo today when I was looking for one of him. Professor James Small is also somebody I consider my spiritual mentor. I've not personally met him, whereas I have met, obviously, Baba Menez. And yeah, and he was talking in his opening about the connection with Yeye Oshun, Mami Oshun, and what we in Guyana call Blackie Wata Mama or Blackie Mama, Mami Wata or Wata Mummy. Yeah, so he was talking about that and making that connection. And I although I know about that, it's all universal, and it's all, we have the African versions and we have the Caribbean version. I wasn't aware quite that this was the terminology that we use. So I'm thankful to Baba for that. And I do hope that he makes it onto the call at some point. And Nicole, I don't know.
It's a beautiful photo. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Hello, Marley. I don't know whether Anthony Joseph is here.
Oh, let's see if he's, I'm like, oh, what's his name? If he is on there, can I just type his name up here? Is that
But while you're looking for him, maybe what we can.
I am here, yeah.
Ah, la 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 loo, la 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 loo. Welcome. I was.
Hello, Anthony Joseph.
Hello, Nicole.
I was aware
doing?
that you had to leave, so
Yeah.
So I wanted you to. So Anthony Joseph, for everybody, is one of our contributors, and you know, an author, a performer. There's just so many things that, you know, we could really be saying that he is. And he thankfully contributed a piece that is part of his music. In fact, Nicole, do you want to do this bit? Since you're co-hosting, where are you?
I'm here. Hello. Hello, everyone. So Anthony Joseph, thank you so much for coming on. I mean, Anthony Joseph is a musician. He is an author, a novelist. When I say author, novelist, as well as poet, a bit of a Renaissance man. And this album of his, People of the Sun, came out in 2018. And one of the, I think it's the first track actually, is called Milligan, the Ocean. And my children, bless them, they had to have great patience with me when you gave me the album, Anthony Joseph, because I played it. I told you this anyway. I played it every day for like, I don't know, some months straight. So I know the album inside out. And this track was one that I said to Ya, oh, we need to have this in the book. So we thank you very much for agreeing so readily. I remember sending you a WhatsApp just asking. Oh, I called you, I think, and realized that you might have been abroad. You were, I think you were somewhere in a music festival or something, but you just so readily said yes. So thank you very much. So what we would like for you to do is to perhaps read some of the lyrics, and then we'll play. Yeah, is that the idea? We hear Anthony's voice first in terms of just reading, and then we hear the track. Okay, great. So Anthony, if you'd read some of it, you don't have to read all of it. You can read some, and then you can stop where you feel.
Well, I think, I mean, if you don't mind, I'll try to get through all of it, because it's a story, and I think.
Oh, beautiful. Well, okay, great.
If people can bear with me for 5 minutes.
Better fet, as we say in Trinidad. Go for it.
All right. Okay. So you can hear me and everything, yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Yeah,
so I just want to say thank you, first of all, to Michelle and to Nicole for having me in this really beautiful, really amazing looking, well, reading book as well. It's really beautifully produced. Congrats. So Milligan the Ocean is actually about my father, who was a spiritualist. He was a spiritual Baptist, and he traveled a lot in the spirit world. And he told me a few of the stories, and this was one of the stories that became incorporated. One of the stories that he told me became incorporated into this this piece, I guess, called Milligan the Ocean. Lego eye upon the region, lift your eye above the sun, raise your mind above temptation, Lego eye upon the dawn. Milligan Benji, 5'9" and bone, standing on a hill overlooking the luminous city. Barebacked with a gilpin cutlass between elbows, sweat oozing from his solar capital like government juice. He was my age then, and he wore beige bell-bottoms and 10-eye-high suede desert boots, overstepping streets and tree-lined boulevards in search of the carnival. But there are no masqueraders on the avenues, no brass bands, no bamboo knocking, no wrist, no rubber, no steel, no color. The city seems ghostly bare, so he asked the dust, where is the carnival? And the dust replies, many things begin and end in the sea. That was the day a black rain fell, bucket a drop, and rivers rose over mountains. The storm sent shacks tumbling, the sky dim lit like a dream. Many skulls were bust just by the weight of raindrops. Milligan ran to the high cliffs on the coast and found that many had already flown east from there. They left burning heaps of bed linen, dried fish, and chamber pots of mud and manjack bitumen, and the bones of those spirits refused flight. Milligan saw the water coming over the hill, flinging wooden beast-like sorrow's self, and seeing this broke him bare. The suffer the love bore thick tears in his eyes. But you see, my Milligan, he was a black heart man, never fearful. He unlaced his boots, he removed his sterling silvers, then he bent his head in meditation at that steep brim between the Gulf and the sea-swept hills. He had saved many lungs of breath by then. In a sack he hid under his armpit, and so he just up and leapt into the sea below. Movement that goes, movement that flows, movement that flows. As your life goes, would you ever save me? When he really began to swim so, he swim with slink and mountain chicken. Milligan swim with Zanji eel and Pusherman fleeing the island. He strung alone on the swirling tides, and early on the 5th day, he met a merman. And he asked the merman, he said, Mr. Man, where my Airi? And the merman replied, Airi dissolved in the flood like sugar in saliva, only fragments remain. And Africa? Milligan asked. And to this the merman calmly replied, many died. Milligan swam with the merman to the outskirts of an undersea kingdom. He had heard about this place from the Baptist mythic. He had heard the pearl fisher's rum talk, but its dimensions had long been underestimated by even eminent cartographers. Milligan saw the black coral caves. He saw the intricate emblems stitched to bone. He saw hummingfish dart between his awe and personal temple. And on the outskirts, he could see the volcano plantation spewing magma and pumice flame from the seabed. And he saw that when the molten stone dried, crests and valleys were formed, and within these were the crystalline segways and subaquatic chambers where his people lived. Milligan asked the merman, and the merman said, many things begin and end with the sea. Indeed, the earth is hollow, not solid as was thought. And such as these were the words that kept Milligan in Olokun's kingdom, till soon he could not notice water, and we never saw him again.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very, very much.
I'm kind of clapping.
Oh my God, it's so, it's like one of my favorite tracks on the album. Really, one of my favorite tracks. I have played it so many times.
Thanks
so
to Ella.
Yeah.
We're going to actually hear it then in the
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to be here for another half an hour, so I'll hang out, check everything out. Yeah. But thanks for having me. Thanks again.
Yeah, Monja. Yeah, Monja. Yeah, Monja. That's it. Upon the dawn, let go high above the region, lift your eye above the sun, raise your mind above temptation, let go high upon the dawn.
Milligan Benji, 5'9" in bone, standing on a hill overlooking the luminous city, bare backs with a gilpin cutlass between elbows, sweat oozing from his solar capital like government juice. He was my age then, and he wore beige bell-bottoms over tenor-high suede desert boots, overstepping streets and tree-lined boulevards in search of the carnival. But there were no masqueraders on the avenues, no brass bands, no bamboo, no wrist, no rubber, no steel, no color. The city seemed ghostly bare, so he asked the dust. He says, "Where is the carnival?" And the dust replies, "Many things begin and end in the sea." That was the day a black rain fell, bucketed drop and rivers rose over mountains. The storm sent shacks tumbling, the sky dim lit like a dream. Many skulls were bust just by the weight of raindrops. Milligan ran to the high cliffs on the coast and found that many had already flown east from there. They left burning heaps of bed linen, dried fish in chamber pots of mud and manjack bitumen, and the bones of those the spirits refused to fight. Milligan saw the water coming over the hill, flinging wooden beasts like sorrow's self, and seeing this broke him bare. The suffer the love bore thick tears in his eyes. But you see, my Milligan, he was a black-heart man, never fearful. He unlaced his boots, he removed the sterling silvers, then he bent his head in meditation at that steep brim between the Gulf and the sea-swept hills. He had saved many lungs of breath by then. In a sack he hid under his armpit, and so he just up and leapt into the sea below. Movement that grows, movement that flows, movement that flows as your life goes. Would you ever save me?
Sorry, it stopped abruptly because it goes on for another 4 minutes, or it leans in, doesn't it? So I kind of...
Yes. Can I, Anthony, can I ask you to tell us a little something about the person who's singing with you? Obviously, I know who it is, but just for the benefit of the people gathered here, could you tell us who's singing with you and the sort of significance of having her sing on this track, please?
Well, the singer is Ella Andal, Ellaandall. She's a Trinidadian, hard to describe. She started off singing calypso and soca music, and then became sort of entrenched in Orisha and that whole, you know, Afro, I guess, practice. So now she's a practicing, I guess, priestess. I mean, I don't know, you know, I don't know how she calls herself, but this is who she is. This is how she's recognized. She's a priestess, and she's a vocalist, and she sings and she travels all over the world when she feels like it. You know, she's a very interesting woman. So getting her to do this thing, to play on this record was a real
big thing.
It was a big deal because she's, you know, you don't approach someone like that lightly, you know.
She is like a national treasure. I mean, obviously,
she's an icon.
Yeah. So that's how that's how we would. I'm going to ask people to mute themselves again, please. Please
that was
remember.
Me. That was me.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah, it was me kind of moving the slide, sort of prompting it along. But yeah.
So no, Ella Andal, as Anthony is just saying, I mean, a really kind of significant and influential woman. And definitely a national treasure. And I can imagine sort of approaching her, like, you know, Anthony is saying, you don't approach somebody like Ella Andal. I mean, it is with the greatest of respect that you would, you know, that someone would go to her. And she's wonderful, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to go to the next slide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you again. So this is really us starting in another version of a welcoming, because obviously, recognizing that today we are honoring Mum, look, you see yourself, and Mami Wata, as well as Mama Lou. And this is just to kind of say that unwittingly, these pictures, which we did for a photo shoot, were and are used in the publication. At the time when we were doing it, we weren't really thinking along these lines of a publication, but something was working in the waters, not literally. And so we did this photo shoot, myself, my mum, and the person who created the costumes, my best friend Kathy, who is on the call, and this is her here. And these pictures were taken by Atainda, So yeah, so this is really by way of introducing who I am for those of you who did not get it at the outset. I'm Michelle Asantewa. This is my mother, Mama Lou, sitting beside me. I know I mentioned Nicole-Rachelle Moore, and I know I mentioned Danny Thompson and Tony Warner, who's off camera. But it's just to say that, yeah, you're in this zone. You're in the magical element. You're in the zone of Mami Wata on this
absolutely
Sunday. Yeah, and you can see that when we did the photo shoot, there were 2 costumes that Kathy made to represent, I guess, versions of how Mami might look. The picture on the far left, right, this smiley one anyway, is kind of a softer look, but then you have, and there was no deliberate posing, they were just the way that the camera caught them. But I think it speaks to those, the questions that we have around who and what Mami represents. I think I was kind of somehow, I would say, sort of channeling that. As for this image with my mum here, dressed so lovely, look at you, mum, huh?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Want to say anything about your experience with the Wata Mama?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to say anything?
Not too much.
Not really.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell them?
Yes, you do that.
So yeah. So in any case, I done a publication where my mum is the subject of, and in there she talks about actually having this vision where she sees Water Mama, and I would imagine that Water Mama, the way she describes it, looks something like this version, but perhaps not with all this fancy looking clothes, more than what Mum calls the Hassamuk from the Black Waters, the Blackie Mami Wata, which we'll come to an image of in a minute, and yeah, she had a kind of a discussion or an interaction with that water. That Mami Wata anyway, and so she's had a kind of a hidden relationship with Mami Wata, but they have evolved that somehow. That's all I think I can say for now. And yeah, and now this is where we obviously welcome you. This is if people were going to be on Facebook and YouTube, to welcome you and all of the contributors. I know you've probably already done this, but as many of you who are on, if you could put your names in the chat. Some of you have said where you're coming from, but it's really great so that we get a full appreciation of the internationalism of this day. I'm going to scroll along because I'm also managing the recording, so I'm going to scroll along. And I think most of you who are here have already said where you're calling from, but if you haven't, please do that. Let us know. You know, where exactly you're zooming in so that we know. Danny and Nicole, do you want to big up some of them, the others who are from, so for example.
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Oh,
let me unmute.
Gosh, there's someone from Guadeloupe.
Guadeloupe. Wow, it's going quickly. The chat is moving fast.
Okay, so who's from Guadeloupe?
Yes.
All right, we got.
It's going very quickly.
We got Sister Bless from London, Clara from South London,
Jamaica.
Ines Kai. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from Guadeloupe.
It's going very.
Hail up.
Yeah, hail up.
Yeah, based in Ireland. And then
welcome.
Carl Henry Alexander.
And then we're
artist.
from Guadeloupe as well, they say.
Yeah, those we'll ask specifically the contributors now. So I will. Okay. We'll go to the next slide.
Hold on. Before you do, may I? Because we have I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. My Sotegri.
Wow, you made me stop for a name that you can't pronounce yet.
From the Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. Oh wow, yeah.
Prague. And we have another Valerie from TNT.
Valerie from TNT, Trinidad and Tobago.
We've
got Melissa from Florida.
We have Donna Marie in Trini.
We've got Donna Marie. This is my sister.
Oh, we've got plenty of Guyanese. They done dropped theirs already. They didn't put themselves in the chat from time. We got Imani Rose.
Thank you, Donna Marie from Trinidad.
Hey, Keshav.
And
Imani
Celia
Rose from the Bay Area, California.
California. Oh, wow.
Okay, I can see.
From Guadeloupe.
You said that about a million times.
Oh, I know we got different.
No, there are more people from Guadeloupe.
Oh, I know.
Apparently.
We got Cafeli or Cafele from Tallahassee, Florida.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I love
Of course,
this.
Anthony
and of course,
Joseph
we
from
have
London.
Sister Jackie Lewis from Costa del Catford.
From Costa del Catford.
Welcome, Sister Jackie, for tuning
Thank
in
you,
so
Sister
far.
Jackie.
We have
Thomas,
Nadia from
Roland.
Jamaica. We have Nadia from Jamaica, greatest island on the
Brilliant. Duke,
planet.
you made it on. Duke Boa. Brilliant. Okay.
Keisha from Guyana.
And we have Keisha from Guyana. That's right.
Lovely.
More,
Greetings, Leanne from
Uncle
Jamaica.
Henry,
You
Uncle
do the rest,
Eric.
Nicole. You do the rest.
I don't. I don't. I can't. Regine Romain. Where's Regine Romain? Oh gosh, I can't see.
Uncle Eric, welcome.
Claudine Shepherd from Trinidad and Tobago.
Artist Maxine Ellis from London. We've got Ruby from Southeast London. London representing proper.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome
Proper
everybody.
South London.
Okay. So what I want to do is acknowledge all of the contributors and see from the contents, which is before you, that those are the contributors. Some of them we are going to hear from, and others are actually in the chat, on the Zoom. Now, Maxine Ellis, who I just heard Danny mention, this is actually an image. This is her sharing of the book that she received, the copy, on Facebook, and this is her image in the first image that you're seeing here. Was drawn by Maxine Ellis. Big her up, because we have this book because we saw this image on Instagram and we thought, wow, that is wonderful. At the time, I had no idea that we were going to be doing this book, but I love this image. Asked her if we could use
a beautiful image
for the cover. She agreed, and here it is. We are so pleased and so thankful that you agreed to do that, Sister Maxine. I know you're floating around in there because I've seen you, and this is your image from the book. So all of you here, we're bigging you up and thanking you. And I can see some of you. So as we go along, those of you who we have asked to say some words or acknowledge your artwork or whatever, you will see yourself as we go along this screen. And just so that we know, obviously we are here to sell this publication. So you can go to the website, which is waywithwords.com/new-release, and you will see the book, and you can order it there.
Oh, done it again.
What have you done?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm putting it in the I'm putting the website address in the chat, but for the second time I've just misspelled it, so bear with me for a sec. No
worries, everybody can see it now, at least on the screen. And certainly this big note, please take note of, because what I'm not trying to do is necessarily go through Amazon to sell our independent publications, because we know what Amazon and the like do. So you need to get the book directly from the website, and more of you who are writing, publishing, whatever it is that you're doing, I encourage you to do so. And so if you're outside of the UK, send us an email. You will go online, you will click something in there, and you will be able to email us, and we can work out what the cost to your particular area is for that. And that has been working fairly well so far, apart from when people go, oh my God, when they want it to go to South Africa or to Australia or wherever. But thankfully, I love the US purchasers, because they go, yep, we're having it. So thank you all who are here and have purchased copies of the book. If you have copies and you've purchased it, please put that in the chat and let us know what you think. That would be really great. And this is just to say some of Way with Words other. You're right there, Mum. I'm just making sure you're comfortable. Okay. These are some of our other publications, our earlier publications, which you can find online. Judy Yee, I never know how if I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you so much, because you not only purchased the In Search of Mami Wata, but then you came back and you ordered our Guyanese comfort book as well. So thank you so much for your support. And I want to, so as well as publishing books that are mine, Scott, if you're on, say howdy. I know you were having a blackout, but if you say something, unmute yourself and say howdy.
Hi.
Hi.
The blackout is still on.
Okay.
But the internet is coming on and off, so at least I have enough power on my tablet to join. So hi, great being here.
Yes.
And I feel absolutely blessed being here and spending this time with you. I hopefully light comes on so I can plug the tablet in. If I do disappear, well, you know it's because out of power.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Can I just add something? Can I just add something to that? Scott,
Okay.
Scott, you don't know me. I'm Danny Thompson, a friend of Ya. I bought your book when it was released about, I don't know, 2 years ago. Fantastic book. Blew my mind. Magical storytelling. So now that you're here, I have to take this opportunity to share that with you.
Thank you very much. It means so much hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on my second book. And well, I'm a teacher, so it really takes a lot of time. The teaching takes a lot of time for me, and I haven't done as much research as I would like to. But the second book, it's the name of it. The working title right now is Chen and Clear, and it involves a massive amount of research because I'm going to be looking at Chinese versions of shamanism. I want to bring in some Afrocentric beliefs and folklore practices inside it as well. And also, I will also focus on European witchcraft practices as well. So it's going to be straddling between that. I can be historical once again, but yeah, I'm working on that and get that. And the characters of Red Hibiscus are not going to be completely gone because in my mind, in the future, I would like to come back and revisit these characters. But for now, I'm just working on this whole research thing with Shannon Claire.
Well, thank you, Scott. Actually, I wanted to big you up even further because for those of you who don't know this, Scott has been longlisted for this award. So we really are crossing fingers because he's like one of 10 runners up, isn't it? Is that right, Scott? And you are this is a Trinidad-based award, and of the on the list are from Trinidad. Scott is Guyanese, so we're praying that he gets this. This will be tremendous. So yeah, I'm really pleased that this is one of Way with Words first publication that's not Michelle Asantewa, but some. Yes, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Just to also say that ultimately Scott and others will be in a separate Guyanese specific kind of airing on the 28th, but I'll come back to that. I just wanted to mention that in context of this book, the idea of the Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. I want to acknowledge that my mother just actually had her birthday. She's Pisces. We know that the new moon is in Pisces right now. So everything is gearing us up for a new time. Nicole, you trying to come in?
I wanted to say as well that yes, Mama Lou's birthday was on the 3rd of March, and today is actually would have been or is the birthday of my maternal grandmother who passed on many years ago. But her name is Hilda Reed, and today would have been her birthday. So yeah.
We welcome her. We give thanks that she would have been. How old did you say? Some long age.
Like 155. No, I'm joking. She would have been. She would have been. Yeah, she would have been. Yeah, she would have been.
Doesn't matter.
100 at least. She's here, and I'm sure she's looking as fabulous as ever. 155 or younger or older.
And this is an extract. Thank you, Nicole. From the foreword that was kindly agreed to be done by Dr. Charles Finch, and this is him here. He talks about the Aquarian age, which is coming in about 20 years or so, as he describes it, and that significance of the energy of women, the energy of Mami Wata, the energies that date back obviously to the primordial essence of water. And this is him. There doesn't seem to be a great images of him on the face online, but he's here doing what Brother Sankara actually just did, a libation and opening and to Mami Wata in this. So so that's just to put this in some context. And this is the first of the images that you'll see in the book. And it's there not only because I absolutely love this artist, Dudley Charles. I love this image. And he also was the first to, when we put the call out about giving images over or to contributing, he was one of the first people to respond. I mean, I just think, and this is from, I think it's 1970 something, if I remember correctly. Absolutely stunning images that he has. So if you don't know who this is, you really need to go and check him out, look him up. But he will be appearing. Juanita, can you come in now, please, if you can hear me, see me, about Guyana Speaks event? Is it still happening?
Yeah, so it's on Sunday the 28th of March, and ironically, we'd been planning to have Dudley Charles anyway. So that's going to be a major part of it. You're basically taking up half of it with all the speakers from Guyana, and then also with Guyanese backgrounds, I should say, and then also Dudley Charles will be interviewing him on his art and his art practice. So yeah, everybody's welcome. I'll have to send you the link to the Zoom event, but yeah, please all join that.
Thank you. And I'm just, Juanita's kind of being, but Juanita is also in the publication, and she's my god sister, and she is also a very much a child, I would say, as we all are, of Mami Wata, and so she has some poems in there. So when we meet up on the 28th, you'll get to hear some of her contributions as well. And this. Okay, this is going to loop a bit. Yes, that is me in the background there. Liz, are you here? So that I can contextualize this looping image that you're seeing of me. Liz, I did see you. Can you unmute yourself and come in? But meantime, what you're seeing on the loop there, that's me attempting to swim in the Pomeroon in Guyana. And the current is really, really strong. And I was kind of being led out into the dangers of the waters. And I just kind of heard this voice or this feeling or this sensation of saying, a very calm voice saying, you know, you must be careful. And that was the first time I really felt the presence or the essence of Mami Wata. And this was, I think, after I came back from this experience, because I very much was feeling her through this journey into the Pomeroon. And it was after this that I decided to do that photo shoot. I was hoping that Liz would then come on to be able to give us a moment to say what she was doing here with this image. This is a photo that she did that reminds me of...
Blessings, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sister Liz.
Hello, Liz.
Yeah, so would you mind telling us a little bit about this? Because you'll get the chance to do this on the 28th. But
okay, this was at a creek on the Linden-Soos-Dyke Highway, and trees that hang over the creek that drop these white flowers and different parts of the nature in the water. And I've except for layering. And when I took that shot, there is a mysterious woman that has been guiding my life all the time. It's not limited to the Mami Wata, but it is a female energy. And when I saw this, I saw her and decided, yeah, take it. And I see her lots of times in different forms of water. So this is just basically different elements of nature that are, it's the bottom of the creek. And Guyanese Creek water, especially in the Linden Sioux Dyke Highway, has a very special coloration, which is the brownness and the goldenness you're seeing here. Yeah, and that's basically it.
Thank you. It's beautiful. It's one of my, like favorites. And there are actually about 2 others of your images in the publication. I was trying to scroll through so I could see you, but I didn't get to. But thank you so much. And we'll get to hear.
It's
There
real honor.
you go. I can see you now. Hello. I can see you now. Brilliant.
Oh,
I love
and
you.
people are responding.
What they're saying?
People are responding to the photo. Celia is saying very beautiful photo, and Sandra is saying it looks like a painting. Beautiful. So
yeah, great. So
wonderful feedback there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to everyone, and to you, Michelle, for making this happen. For all of us who are in it, and all of us who made it happen, and the spirit that made it happen. So blessings.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay, good. Mom, what you saying? Brilliant, 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 brilliant.
I love Mama Lou. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Right, let's move along, because that's just me, just on a loop, Danny. Brother Sankara, Comfy Sankara, I thought you might just pop back in briefly, just because you kind of did your prayer, but ultimately you are a priest of Mami Wata. Where are you going? I'm trying to get you back. Can you unmute yourself? And I just wanted you to maybe just briefly say something about that. Not the whole journey, because we want people to buy the book and read that excellent article that you're talking about, that journey. But yeah, just something.
Greetings, everyone. What can I say? I guess my connection with Mami was one of a big surprise. The title Okomfo means priest in the Akan language of Ghana. So I was actually initiated into a different spiritual system, and my father, who trained me, although I knew he had many deities or spirits that was working with him, what I didn't know was he also had Mami Wata, and I found that out when the connection from Mami kind of manifested and came through on a visit. Well, just before I went to Togo, I was in Ghana, and my spiritual fathers, who passed, his wife had a dream about him giving me a bottle of water. When she told me the dream, I didn't have time to stay and talk, because the following day I was meant to go to Togo for a festival there. And it was when I went to Togo and witnessed the festival, which happens every September. And if you can get to Ghana and get across to Togo, it's a huge festival that has been going on for about 400 years, and people from Nigeria, Gabon, all over come to Togo for this festival. So I was blessed to get access to the festival, but it was after the festival that someone, a woman who was possessed, basically approached me, and the full story is in the book, but she approached me and greeted me, and basically told me that Mami Wata was standing behind me, or a mermaid was standing behind me, even though my back was to the wall of the compound, that I was actually standing and watching what was going on. So it was after some consultation was done that it was confirmed that Mami Wata had been kind of spoiling 1 or 2 things in my life, especially around relationships. And it was Mami who was calling me, and I wasn't listening. And so now she manifested through that. And then when I went back to Ghana to tell my spiritual father's wife what had happened, she then confirmed to me that my spiritual father also had Mami Wata. So the dream that he was passing it on to me also kind of reinforced the whole process of what I experienced. So it was really a shock, because I'd never seen an image or anything to do with Mami, but apparently he had a special room where his Mami Wata was kept. So that just kind of really was a blessing in a way, and a really nice surprise, because it wasn't anything that I was going after. Some people, they move for different deities, different spirits to acquire with them, but I wasn't looking for Mummy. But you know, Mummy made herself known that she was calling me, so I heeded the call, and eventually did my initiation to receive Mummy, and haven't looked back. And then I was also blessed with my wife in Ghana the year after all of that happened. So I'm really thankful to be a son of Mummy, and with the blessings that I've received since, I just have to give thanks. And yeah, just acknowledging that, you know, we are communicated to in different ways, and sometimes we may not really understand it, whether it's we're dreaming and we don't understand the dreams that we're having. But if we just, you know, if we connect to, if we're not afraid to connect to one or two people who maybe can help us to understand when we're being communicated to and what's been communicated to us, then, you know, the things will manifest and come through a lot clearer, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's roughly my condensed story and experience coming into Mummy's embracing.
Thank you so much for sharing that story, and it was beautiful, and it, you know, it kind of was crystallizing so many different things in my mind, and certainly Sister Nicole's, I know, around the call-in, the initiation process, and certainly relationships as well. And I'm trusting that it will do the same for those who purchase the book and have the opportunity to read your article. So thank you so much for contributing. And last minute.
Yeah, last minute. Thank you so much, Brother Sankara. Someone is asking for you to give the name of the festival in Togo. Can you tell us the name of it again?
Okay, the festival, it's right after the people called Ga or Gadangme. Anejo's the area.
Yeah, Anejo is the area. Okay, thank you so much.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you
And
all.
if Diane, are you here thank you so much, Brother Sankara, and everybody so far. So those of you who are going to do pieces, they're going to come on, as you can see, as we go along the screen. So Diane, I think I did see you, or Nyasha, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, greetings, Sister
Hello.
Diane. Yeah, greetings. We get to see each other. Hi.
I know.
Hey,
I
it's good
know.
to
I'm
see.
so glad to see you too.
Thank you so
glad.
much. Thank
Yes.
you. I love this piece. Would you like to share it with the audience, please?
Yes. The name of the poem is called Call and Response. And actually, oh, there it is right there. Wonderful. Oh, can I just say it? Do you have the whole one? Do you have
Do
it
you
all
need the
printed?
whole? I don't have the whole printed in front of me.
No,
Yeah.
but I have I ran a copy from this
Good.
delicious book, and I'm just learning so much. You know, there was a brother that was on that said something about that we have people who are also searching, and I'm one of those people that are searching. So it seemed apropos to call it Call and Response. So may I have heard with every part of me a spirit of caring as deep as the sea, arising in me when challenges abound, freshening my life so love can be found, enveloping and floating, relieving tribulations, miracles of becoming without hesitation. This magic from my mother's hand allowed me to bow, allows me to stand, so kind, so fierce, glowing smile or armored pierce, nourishing prayer in every bird call, just as patient, if none at all. A warm embrace, a listening ear. Mama Wata has always been there, expressing in the whole of me, opening my eyes so I can see. Mama Wata, spread on warrior waves, inspiring my greatness, empowering my sage. Flowing conscious elixir through the body of all as we yield now to our ancestors' call.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Oh. You can be clapping in the chat.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness, goodness,
Thank
goodness.
you so much.
Oh, and thank
That
you,
is
Michelle.
just
Thank you so much. And your
Thank
team,
you.
the people who've been working with you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. And for ordering the copies
Oh,
and
yes,
everything that
for
you've
my
done.
kids. Yes, yes.
Yeah, for your children. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Sorry, can I just say a couple of things very quickly, Sister Michelle?
Who's that? Sorry.
Brother Sankara.
Okay.
I forgot to hail my mother-in-law, whose birthday was on the 6th of March. And my mother's birthday is this Thursday, the 18th of March, and she'll be 87.
Ooh. Oh, happy birthday.
And just to add that my wife also has a very big water spirit, and her family are spiritually connected very, very highly. But my wife has a very powerful water spirit, the whale. And again, I didn't know that until we, you know, united and then began sharing where we're coming from and stuff like that. So I just wanted to finish with that.
Beautiful. Thank you. We're getting some wonderful feedback to the poem. Just read. Tamu says the vibration of the poem was beautiful. Don Marie says thanks so much for sharing. Tafele right to everyone, of course, awesome. So amazing, awesome, wonderful. It's just, and Sister Jackie says beautiful poem, very feelingly read. So thank you again so much.
Thank you so much. We have these two beautiful images. I'm trusting that Shannon is here, Shannon Little, and Katie, are you here? I think I did see Katie. I'm not sure I saw Shannon, but Katie, if you're here, let us know.
I certainly saw.
Can you see her?
No, I don't see her.
Come back to them.
I heard a voice respond.
But in any
she said, Katie has put in the chat, I'm here. Can you unmute yourself, Katie? Maybe she needs to.
Oh, Baba Menez is back. Go back to him. Oh. Hi, Katie. Where are you? I can't see you.
My video wasn't on just now, but I'm here.
No, yeah. Okay, I can see you. I mean, I can see your name.
Yes, and I just heard your voice.
Thank you so much. Do you want to say anything about your moon mermaid, your Pisces moon mermaid, which is this is, I mean, I'm not planning these things, by the way. I didn't plan the Pisces moon mermaid to use it on the flyer. In fact, the only image I intended to use on the flyer really was this goddess next door, but yours actually pushed up itself and landed on the flyer. So thank you. Do you want to say anything about it?
Thank you. I was so moved when I saw the call for art, and I knew I had some mermaid pieces. So this particular one I made around a Pisces moon one year, and it's about, you know, sister friends and Oshun and Yemonja, and just that beautiful water turning creative energy. So I'm very glad to be a part of this book and this project. That's about it.
You.
Thank you.
I know Katie warned me that she's quite shy.
I am.
But I literally the shyness doesn't come out necessarily in that artwork that we're seeing before us, and I'm telling you, everyone was just blown away by the pieces that were on that flyer, and yeah, so I'm literally just looking at the fact it's saying Pisces moon now, and I'm like, I'm blown away now by the synchronicity. So thank you. What are you saying, Mum? You're Pisces, Pisces moon lady. Yeah. So yeah, so thank you, Katie. And you have an image in the We Moon 2021 diary as well, which I noticed.
I do, yes. I just started submitting work to them. I had always been a fan of theirs, but I just started submitting work, so I have a piece in there.
Yeah, so that's 2 pieces of your work that's been published this year. That's amazing, right?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very happy.
Good. And I don't know, thank you so much, Katie. I don't know whether Shannon, you can see Katie, is that on there where they can follow you, they can see where you are? How would people get hold of you or get hold of your work?
You can always go to my website, it's infiniteartworld.com, or you can follow me on Instagram is @KTInfiniteArt.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shannon, are you there? I know Shannon was saying that she teaches, or there was something that she might not, but we might get back to her. But before we do, or while she's coming on, I just saw Baba Menez, and I want to go back to him before he disappears again. Anyone is Baba? Here he is. Baba, he says, Mama, Baba, Mama, Baba. I can see you. You have got your mute on. I don't know if you can unmute yourself. Because I can see you. There.
Okay, yes.
Yes,
I
welcome.
was able to unmute.
Yes.
You know, the time factor is really, because I think it went back an hour in America. I think somehow I think it went forward or went back an hour sometime. Anyway, I am happy to be here. When I was asked to be a part of this project, oh man, I was so elated to be a part of this project. And I was kind of hesitant, but you know, my sister assured me that, listen, you don't worry. I need for you to be a part of this project. And I said, okay, all right, I'll be a part of it, and I'll express myself the best way I could. You know, even before I go much further, I would like to say that I would like to recite an Odu from Ifa. Okay, because many of the practices that we engage in comfort, the majority of it comes out of the Yoruba people in Nigeria, our people in Ghana, heavy influence by our people in Ghana, and our people in the Congo. There's some other influences, but those 3 areas highly influences the comfort tradition in Guyana. And so this particular Odu that comes to mind, it's called Ugundo Owanrin, and it speaks about tradition. Ogu in the deep. Oh wow. Give me a minute. Let me catch my breath.
It's all right. You take your time, Baba.
The ocean is filled to the brim. The lagoon is filled to capacity. Alassane is going to Asan. Alassane is going to Asan. The elders looked over the matter and saw that it was no longer feasible. So they pulled their moustache over their faces and pulled their beards firmly over their chests. This was the Ifa cast for Isheshe and the elders of the Oro cult in Ili Ife. What is once Isheshe? Olodumare is once Isheshe. It is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. Once Ori, once divine essence is Isheshe. It is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. Once Iya, mother, is Isheshe. It is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. Once Baba, father, is Isheshe. It is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. The male genitalia is Isheshe. It is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. The female genitalia is Isheshe. It is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. Isheshe is the father of all Itutu. It is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. The Isheshe of our mother's lineage, the Isheshe of our father's lineage, it is Isheshe we ought to appease before appeasing any Orisha. And so, growing up, our ancestors always emphasized that we must carry on our tradition. They always emphasize that. They also always exercise the importance of our divine self. And they always emphasize that we must protect our mothers and than anybody else. As a child growing up, somebody can tell you anything about your father, about your uncle, about your brother, or anything. But if they spoke bad about your mother, it was a fight. Even if you couldn't be that person, you try to get a piece of wood or a stick or something, a belt. No, you don't talk bad about our mothers. And so, Mami Wata represents our mothers. That is what she represents. She represents our mothers. And in the tradition, it teaches us that it is so important for us to pay reverence to our mothers, to protect our mothers. Because even though our fathers brought us, it is our mothers who made the final decision. All of us are here today because our mothers made the correct decision. She could have made a different choice. So we all here, we all having this experience because our mothers chose to make the correct decision. And so Mami Wata is revered in the Comfort tradition. I mean, even when we did not fully understand all the other things because of what we lost, we always went to what we call the Blacka. In Guyana, when we go to the river, we call the river the Blacka.
Yeah,
that is what we. And so, and we take what we have to take, and we grew up with all of the stories of the mermaids and finding the comb and all these different things. But Blackie Water Mama, who come from a river bottom, Carry me safely across Kanji water. Carry me safely across Kanji water. Carry me safely across Kanji water. Down in Nigeria, them call ya Yemanja. Carry me safely across Kanji water. India, them call your mother Ganga. Carry me safely across Kanji water.
Yay! Thank you, Baba. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was trying to find the one that we did, which is called Open Ganda Mermaid Come.
Ashe.
But I couldn't locate it. But thank you so much. I'm glad you got on, and I welcome you. I know the time differences, are there, and I'm really pleased that you were able to join us. So we're just trying to move along with some of the other. I don't know whether Shannon was here, but
yeah. Well, let me just say, on the 17th, will be 1 year since my mother has transitioned, and so we're going to be celebrating her life on the 17th. So yes,
I'll look out.
So I no longer have the joy that you are enjoying right now, many of you, and I see Mama Lou is right there next to you. And
she's just about.
I'm telling you, man, it's a joy. It's a joy. Ashe.
Ashe. Thank you. That's beautiful. Yeah, well, we'll come back to Shannon if she's here. But meanwhile, we know that Carol, Henry, Alexander, and Omawali Jesse Alexander is here. And if they could make themselves available to do the reading, and then Carol could maybe speak to her piece that's before us here. Brother Omawali, Jesse, thank you. I saw you right at the beginning, so I know you're there.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Beautiful.
Excellent, excellent. So I'll just do the short one. Water Song. Thank you first of all, for publishing our work. It's beautiful. I love this book. I've been going through it. This is great. Water Song. This is holy water. Some will drink and be healed. Some will drink and have their thirst quenched. Some will drink and remain sick and thirsty. This is holy water. Drink your faith and be changed.
Thank you. Thank you. You have another one that's short, though. Do you want to do the other short?
Yeah.
Sure. The water goddess wants to know.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
In my dream, I wake up with the water goddess in bed with me, naked, radiant like a young mother. She asks me if I want love or porn. I wake up before I can answer.
It's so beautiful. It's just so
wow. Sometimes they trick you, they want to see what you're made of. So like they say around here, you better come correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
Thank you. All right. So Carol, would you like to talk us through this lovely piece? You have a couple of pieces in the book, other than this.
Sure. Well, greetings to you, Michelle, and your mother. So grateful to be with you in this beautiful community today. And my name's Carol Henry Alexander. And I'm so appreciative of everyone who worked on this project and proud to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. This piece, I am a visual artist. I've been a visual artist since 3rd grade. And I always have images and words flow through me. And this piece here, Fear Not, came to me. And I know that it was brought to me by Mami Wata, because she walks with me through life and she's always teaching me in my life, most specifically about the interconnected web of life, and always reminding me of my connection to all living beings in this world and the world beyond where I am right now. And so it's with that guidance that I created this piece. It's probably about 6 feet by 5 feet high. It's acrylic paint on canvas, and it is really a portrait of woman, Mami Wata, Yamaya, me, my mother, my grandmother, my great-greats, the women who have come before me and stand with me now. And Fear Not is the channeling of my love for the water, for my mother, for the woman energy in my life. And it feeds, that love feeds my spirit and my artwork. And so it's interesting that since, you know, I went to college and you know, learn, but really my greatest teachers have been the ones that I've met along my life path, most specifically beginning when I went to Cuba in 1979 to visit for an international art conference, and then again in 81. And that's when I first met the idea of the ocean spirit and the mother spirit. And it was through artists that I worked with and collaborated with that touched me, their work touched me, and I began to know Mami Wata. And that experience led me to going to Nigeria, and because I had to go to Ife and I had to go to Oshun Festival, and really it's the water where I travel that is so instructive to me around how I walk through the world and how my artwork manifests through me. And so I'm very grateful for that, for my mother, Corinne Sistrunk Henry, and her mother, Pearl Sistrunk, and my grandmother on my father's side, Elise Henry, and all the women in my lineage and all my great teachers that have come into my life. So in a lot of ways, you know, this piece and the idea of Fear Not is the reminder of that mother energy that lives in me and that I know will guide and protect me and us through this life. So always honoring that every chance I get. So that's what this painting is about.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for sharing that. That's beautiful, because it certainly reminds me of my mum as well.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
And playful.
Yeah, I
There's
love
something
it.
playful.
I'm going to suggest that we have about a 10-minute recess, only because I need to put mum to, well, no, she's saying to bed. And so in the interim, I will invite you all to get a glass, because we've got some other bits to go through, but ultimately this is a celebration. And if we were alive, yeah, there would be that bit that you come through, and there'll be amazing food, and there'll be amazing alcohol or whatever, and you would be grabbing your glasses, and you'd be, yeah, so imagine that. Yeah, and then go and grab your whatever it is that you need to get for this final bit when we come back together. So I just want to stop sharing. I want to thank those who have spoken before, and then I want to welcome you back in about 10 minutes after I put mum to bed. In the meantime, I'm going to share just some tunes so you can listen to. Maybe I'll put the Latif
And can I suggest, people want to, we can still carry on a conversation in
Of
the
course.
chat. People want to, share what they're feeling right now, share what the
of course,
going right
now. I'm just gonna go to the.
Hey, I'm gonna start. Hi, Margaret. Lovely to see you. I only see you on Zoom these days.
Hi, Danny.
But yeah, I only see you on Zoom these days. But
Good to see you too.
Soon, yeah, blessings.
Hi, everyone who knows me.
within the sacred orature of the Yoruba diaspora, we have an amazing story called Osheotura. Okay. And in Osheotura, what happens is all these deities come down from the heavenly realm onto the planet Earth, right? And the dominant ones, the ones who are doing the most are Obatala, the Lord of the White, the King of the White Cloth, the Lord of the Clouds, the one who molds the child in the womb and sets the ethical standards. We have Ogun, you know, who is the tool maker and the wild man in the woods. And we have Shango, who is the Lord of the Flame and political organization and the ego of the human being, okay? And they come down with Oshun, who is the goddess of love and sweet water and sensuality and compassion and all of that. And in the folklore, when they start out trying to create the world, one of the male deities makes some comment to the effect that they really don't need Oshun. Okay. And she's very sensitive to insult, by the way, you know. So Oshun decides, oh, well, you'll see. And she goes and she sits on the moon and spends time looking in the mirror and powdering her face, you know. And while she does that, all the sweet water on the earth dries up. And they can't do nothing. You know, they can't build no houses. They can't make no tools. They can't grow no food. They can't create nothing. Nothing is working because love has left the planet. Okay? And when they realize that nothing is working, they run back up to Olodumare, the one who owns the whole spectrum of the rainbow, the owner of the day. And they complain. You know, what you sent us down here for if we can't accomplish nothing, right? And Olodumare says, somebody's missing from this crew that I sent down there. Where is Oshun? And the comment was made, well, you know, who needs her? And that's when Olodumare summons Oshun from her resting place where she's just, you know, kicking back, waiting for them to recognize what's happening. When she arrives, she explains that they insulted her. They were stupid enough to think they didn't need fresh water. They didn't need sensuality. They didn't need love. And so the Most High makes them apologize to her, okay? And I love this part, you know, in the Odu, it says, she accepted their apology and she told them, don't let it happen again. Okay. And as a result of that, she had to decide whether she wanted to be bothered again. And so she turned herself on herself and gave birth to Elegba. Now, I want to say very, very clearly that Osheotura is a very, very important story in my tradition. All of the stories we see, when they hit the tray, when they arrive in front of us, we look for the manifestation of the story around us. To have Oshun leave us is a very, very dangerous thing, okay? And we see it in things like fracking. What's happening to our water supply? We see it in things like the way that they are raping the queen bee. Honey is sacred to Oshun. We see it in the sex trafficking of children that's going on this planet. All of these things we read as signs that we done pissed Oshun off, okay? And so for the last 10 or 12 years, there have been priests all over the world going to the river, going to places where the river's dry and making offerings and begging Oshun to come back to us. All of this is about wanting to recognize the power of the divine feminine.
Wonderful. I'm back, everyone, and I'm trusting that you all are too. So welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, Nicole, you there?
Yes, I am. Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
We're here.
Are you hearing me well?
Yes,
Yeah.
very well, loud and clear.
Okay, great.
Can't see you anymore. I'd rather see you, but it's all right.
Oh man, oh man.
Don't worry. There you go. Hello.
I'm here.
So,
Okay.
okay, my mummy is now happy. So we can just go on with the rest of the program. I have got my this can you see it, Mum? This was supposed to be for Mum's birthday, but it didn't get drunk.
Okay.
So I'm having it now. We're having it. She's got a tiny little bit.
Can I just share a couple of things in the chat?
Sure.
People dropped in while you was away. We've had a few people apologize because they have to leave. Well, let me go back to Charmaine Andrews is saying she's been inspired, looking forward to reading the books. I think that's the book list that you shared, Michelle. Roland has had to give his apologies. A black and blessed Mother's Day to you all, beautiful mothers. That's what it was, his message.
Thank you.
Comments on the water drumming, loving it, loving it, loving it. We've had Celia's had to leave. Again, gives her thanks. And there's I'm going to read this because I think it's really nice that she shared this from Cecilia. My spiritual journey has been westernized. I must confess that I have not been connected to my native spiritual ancestors. But this presentation has shown me that I have been connected in some way because I've always had a vision of water when I meditated and the wanting of the sea when I'm at my lowest. Thank you.
Oh, that's pretty.
So I think that's a beautiful sharing. You know, we're all on this journey. All of us
So
on this
beautiful.
journey, so
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
It's wonderful.
Thank you, Cecilia. I'm just asking, is this Cecilia Ishmael? Can I just ask, Cecilia, is this Cecilia Ishmael? Can you just type yes or no in the chat? Oh, I hope it is. Anyway, okay, thank you for that. Thanks, Danny.
Sorry, Michelle, Nicole.
Yes, wants to say hello, Cecilia Ishmael.
Hello,
Thank you so
darling.
much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, take care.
Actually brought tears to my eyes this session.
Oh, Cecilia. Oh, all right, we'll chat later.
Yeah.
Okay, darling. Okay.
And Empress has raised their hands. Nicole, could you find out what they want before? Sonia, are you here? Sonia, if you are, please let us know. My bell is ringing. Empress who's raised her hand.
Yeah, I can see. Nicole, do you want to? I'm just responding to a chat request. Nicole, are you around?
I can't see. I'm in the chat.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm around. I'm coming out of the chat.
No
Who has
problem.
raised her hand? I'm not
Empress. Do you want
Hold on. Where's the raised hand?
It's in the corner of her box. Empress, do you want to? This is Danny. Do you want to direct DM me? As they say, direct message me.
Yeah, if she directs message you, then we can move along, please. Sonia, are you here? If she's not, it's okay. We can carry on. I wasn't sure that she would make it, but if she is, she can come back. But this is just to share Ken McCullough's piece, Mummy, one of the Mummy dances that's in the publication. I'm not sure whether he's here, but actually, yeah, this is a beautiful piece, one of two that is in the publication. And I actually have it live and direct because, I don't know if you could see it, no, it's too far back. So he came and gave me a print of it. Can you guys see that? Absolutely stunning. I was just so chuffed. So thank you so much, Ken, and thank you for your contribution to the publication. There are people raising their hands left, right, and center at the moment, and I don't.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Please put yourself in the chat and not deal with the raise hand function because it doesn't read.
Yes, it's okay. Much. Please go to the chat because I'm not.
Duke, are you there?
Yeah.
Duke Yaboa, he was calling from, I can't remember, but it was remote, and I know he was having problems with his technology. So I don't know. I think I did see him earlier on, but given that given that there are technology issues everywhere, it's likely that he might have disappeared. But I'm just going through to see if I could see him. Because I just love this image by him.
Are there any burning questions? The people who had raised hands, were these questions or comments?
There was one hand that I saw raised and that's now gone. So
because I disappeared it. You could lower.
All right. Thank you.
In case it was an accident. But anyway, you're there to see what how I was interpreting this image from Duke Kwadwo Yaboa. And if he again comes back on, we were able to speak to him about it. But we can now listen to a reading if that's okay. Tamu Musumunu, are you there still? Yeah, I think people might have had to leave. Do you remember there was some that was from Guadeloupe?
Yes, we had a few attendees from Guadeloupe.
Yeah.
Are they still? Oh, look at this. Yeah.
I don't know whether they're still here.
This is a good story. Still there. Tamu Musumunu.
Yeah, he might have gone.
Oh, somebody's in the chat. Oh.
Which is a shame.
Isn't it gorgeous?
The time is different. But yeah, he looks like they've gone, those.
People are commenting on the artwork that they're seeing right now.
That artwork is, I don't know whose artwork this is. It's not in the publication.
It's not in the, it's not in the.
It's a generic one that we found online. But Melissa, I know you're there and perhaps you would like to read your piece that's in the publication. I can see you while we try to find Tamu here. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. So I'm going to read my piece, But We Are Women. It's inspired by a story that was told to me by my grandmother. It's actually a story of her mother. So here we go. But we are women. Early that morning, Mock Pond's waters were calm, the kind of calm most don't rise early enough to meet. On a rock sat a wondrous woman, hair long and bright, her morning ritual, hair combing, song singing, tail splashing, glistening in the cockcrow sun. Meditations above sea. She didn't hear her coming, my great-grandmother, until she did. She scurried quickly back into the river without taking a look. And I wonder if her tail followed a slender frame or was packed with cornmeal dumplings below her waist. If she knew anything about love, how many seamen she'd lured to their death. I wonder if she was the color of rich, wet mud, if she sang in the broken tongue. Serena, visions of mermaids etched deep into my memory by ancestors who saw things men say don't exist. But we are women. Great-grand never forgot that morning. Neither shall I.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Melissa.
Thank you.
I'm glad you were able to contribute on that, but read it as well. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, obviously we try to cram so much in, but it's not really even possible. So we skip along because Sister Nicole, this is you. And I know that Marley was on, but he left as well. So what was brilliant about this publication is we had, it was intergenerational, it was familial, it was, you know, it's kind of fluid like that. And And this is one of those. Nicole, do you want to talk us through it? I know Marley's disappeared, or can he pop back?
He hasn't disappeared. He's sitting right here, but is shy now about me putting the video on. Oh gosh.
Okay,
but he's here.
I'd seen him earlier. Bless him.
Right. Oh, he's just said bye and he's off. So,
at least he didn't say shut up. Nicole? Wow, I think the energy just went a bit too much.
Nicole, you're on mute. You muted yourself.
oh gosh, I've muted myself. Okay, hello. You hearing me well? Yes?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so when, as you know, when we spoke about this and you approached me to kind of contribute something, initially I didn't think about having art alongside, and then I thought, ooh, that would be great to have some artwork alongside any piece that I contribute. And so I got in touch with, I asked Marley, and he said yes, he didn't mind, you know, in that way that teenagers can tell you yes, but it sounds as though they're kind of really saying not really. But then I quickly got in touch with his art teacher, who was very encouraging, and whatever part of the curriculum they were into at that point for art, she just said, no, never mind, we'll make sure that it fits with what he's doing. And so he came up with this piece, Oshun in the Cosmos. And I really like it because, as you and I have said before, it's a little atypical. It's not really what we're accustomed to seeing when we see visual art around Mama Oshun. You know, it's always more kind of definitely figurative and, you know, by the river and so on. But this image of her dancing in the cosmos, as he had said to me, is very much that, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, that when the Orishas are still in that state of what we call irunmole, I think is the word, but someone can, yes, before they take on the kind of human, you know, those kinds of the form and shape, when they're still kind of out there. So that's it. So it's in, so it accompanies the poem, the piece called Oshun River Mai, which I'll read now. Oreyeyeyo, ancient pact Atauja, come forth Arugba, preparing this space, Iwopopo, inside out, Oshun Oshogbo. Obrigada Mai, abundance, fertility, come forth Iyaba. Come dance, come pleasure, sweeten our lives in real time, Oshun Bahia. True goddess of love, Virgin de la Caridad, come forth Paloma. Bells, fans, and feathers, all for you, and honey too, Oshun Havana. Oh yes, we mama, Salibia, calm, clear, sweet. Come forth, Miss Andal. Mother of plenty, hold up your mirror to us, Oshun Trinbago. Present unseen guest, water has no enemies, Oshun River Mai. Present unseen guest, you're in us, we are of you, Oshun River Mai.
Beautiful.
Okay, so,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Yay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Good. We're
That's
just
the line, water don't have no enemy.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah.
the name of a Fela Kuti album. So
There you go. There you go. I mean, yeah, I mean, the poem is, I think, chock-a-block
Yes,
away with
cousin.
lots of different references. Oh, my cousin is on, one of my cousins is on from Boston. Hello, Boston cousin, Shaniqua.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
You guys are all wonderful. Wonderful job, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
We would have had a reading here, but I think the same Kiamuya and Tamu are brother and sister, and it might have been that they dropped because I think they're from Guadeloupe. They're calling from Guadeloupe. It might have been a signal issue, or it might have been they had to leave. We scheduled it, but we didn't say exactly when everybody would be speaking, just because we knew, you know, the way things go. And this is a lovely Lacey whose image is in the book from the August opening to Spirit River Ritual last year. That picture, I believe I took that one. But yeah, and I absolutely love it, and I love the energy in it. And that was us putting the offering into the river. Nikia Johnson, I don't know whether she had arrived and also left. I didn't see her come on, but I love this. Are you here, Nikia? Because I think she was teaching. This was another one that was teaching. They were just, so she said she might be ignored. So we tried to make it as diverse as possible.
Can I can I interject?
Go on.
Yeah, no, just to kind of like use the space, because somebody put something in the chat, which is really beautiful, which I kind of want to share. It's from the Mendoza family to everyone. And it says, once in a while, I have dreams about water in the form of the ocean that makes me feel renewed. I dream about the ocean and it is so blue with gold highlights. That are so beautiful. I get the feeling of complete awe. And I get tearful. I feel as though it's a dream of purpose and change. So that's obviously, thank you, Mendoza family. That's obviously something that's manifested through, that's risen in their consciousness as this session has gone about. So yeah, thank you for sharing. I just wanted to.
Thank you. And again, welcome to everybody. I can see you all. I know who are on there. Thank you, Ken. I see you because I can see your design on there, and everybody else who are not getting the chance to necessarily personally greet, but I greet you all again as we did in the beginning. And yeah, this was just a decorative piece that's in the publication as well by this sister. She has a website, so you can go to it if you look up on her name. And I think she might have gone to teaching, which is what she said. Allah.
Okay.
Didn't really know what was coming next.
Oh gosh, I forgot. Yeah.
Danny, okay, let me know. Hang on, hold the brakes.
I don't know what I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell us about this because tell us about your thought.
Wow.
Great image.
Okay. Yeah, this is an image taken from last year's Ocean River ritual. And what's interesting, first, just before I get into the image, what's interesting is I've shown this image to people, and the first question they ask me is, so which island was this taken on? Which island was this taken? And I say, this is Collier's Wood, South London. No. I say, this is Collier's Wood, South London, when we reach Collier's Wood, South London. Yeah. So, right. Again, when Yara first showed me this image, I think I was in her front room and I started bouncing off the walls because this image just spoke to me so strongly. I'm actually going to start from the bottom. If you can see where this image represents, for me, interpreting an image of myself, it represents past, present, and future, all in one imagery. That's what kind of blew my mind. My feet are rooted. My stance is quite secure and strong, and I'm upright. And again, this is not staged. This was me on my way to walking through the river, on my way to making an offering. So it was just the photographer Adele Gonzaga, who I hope is still on. She's here with us today. I hope she's still here. This was capturing a moment. So my feet are rooted in the waters, which is where I'm getting the strength to stand tall like I'm standing tall. And the reflection almost suggests there's a mirror me going into the water, going deep into the water, yeah? The offering, I should say, the tray is, it's a shared tray. It was the sister who we made that offering tray together. Her name is Iskara. She can't be with us this afternoon, but we decided to put our offerings together and do it in the tray. Past, present, and future, because it tells me this is who I am. Yeah, this is who I am. I'm humble. It's a stance of strength with humility. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. And this tells me my destination. This picture encapsulates my destination. What is that destination? It is 1, to make offering. To make offering, full stop. 2, to acknowledge myself as an offering. So I offer myself to my family, to my community in the spirit, whilst rooted in Mami Wata. So it just like, I saw this image and it's like, yeah, what you're looking at is I mean, I'm 57 right now. This was taken when I was 56. I will look the same when I'm 80. I'll tell you that now. 80, 90, 100.
And you will feel the same. You will feel the same.
Yeah.
Hopefully feel
and you'll be the same.
And again,
it's such a great image.
And just to say, this it captures the energy of the Oshun ritual. It just, for those, I know that there are people here who attended. For those of you who haven't attended, as soon as we get over this thing, we're going to bust it again. I implore you, please come and share the magical vibrations that manifest in that ritual, that manifest in that celebration of nature and us as a part of her. So
thank you. Wow, thank you. I mean, I just only wanted a few words, really, but since you wanted to.
All right, sorry.
No, really. I'm joking. No, that's
I do want to give a shout out.
I know I'm ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I haven't forgotten Adele. No.
All right. Okay. I was just gonna naturally move
No. I'm not going to move along until we.
Okay. Yeah, because you've got a
acknowledge the photographer, because there are a group of set of photographs that's in the publication. There are a number of different people that contributed. My ones, I'm not a professional photographer, but Adele Gonzague, is it Zagu?
Gonzagu.
Zagu, who is in the on the Zoom
chat. But let me give you her why she can't. I'm not sure if she can respond. She's actually listening in a car.
yeah, I saw her scroll down and I know she's there. So I really want to thank you, Sister Adele, for agreeing to have these images that are in the publication. You know, they're absolutely stunning. And when I saw this one is just a beautiful, like Brother Danny said, just powerful, resonant, that you were able to capture along with others in it. I'm asking the indulgence of the audience to bear with us while we get through. We're going to try and finish, but I know there's one other. This is the PS. So it's just keeping in tradition, or in the moment of the river rituals that we did. Brother Amusu, thank you so much for your patience, because you are the last speaker and the last reading that we will have. And I know you're still here. Please still here, because I'm gonna just anywhere and get you. And I would love you to read an extract of the poem Iyami Ile Odo, which was inspired by one of these rituals that we did at the river a few years ago. I think it was 2018, perhaps. And yeah, these are some offerings. These are also in the publication. This is a young brother, Omari, who is doing his offering. So can anyone see? Have you seen Brother Amusu? Oh, there he is. I see you. Yay.
Hello.
Greetings. I'm looking forward to hearing you read.
Greetings, bro.
Yay. This is a brilliant one of our community
inspirations.
Inspirations, really. Yeah. So
inspirations. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I first want to thank Dr. Yar, as this is my first published poem ever. So I just want to give thanks to Dr. Yar for that. I want to give thanks to everybody that is here today. It's truly been inspiring to see and to hear everybody. This poem, as Dr. Yar had mentioned, it was my first time attending the Oshun ceremony, and I was just inspired by what I saw. So I wanted to write a poem about what I saw. So I'm going to read an excerpt from the poem Prayer to the Goddess Oshun. This is it. Hear me, Goddess Oshun. I speak to you from the energies of the Agungun. Iyami Iliodo Obinisa la ma'awoe. Your river ripples resonate love that can travel. It speaks in its vibration with a sound so natural. The sound of your flow is how love tastes. Your life and the energy behind love's gates. I seek to feed you, not just because I need you, but as I study life, I know I still need to read you. You swim in my spirit. Communal love is what I exhibit. So hear this lyric vivid. I feed you grapes and hope your sweetness never escapes. I feed you yam to satisfy your smile and get my Ori's program. I feed you plantains to let you know I bring no pains. That my name brings a sweetness that warms inner flames. I feed you melon so I can use love as a weapon, brought to you in the form of a moral lesson. I feed you sugar so my love is pleasured with vigor off the Richter. I pour perfume so the blossom of love will surely bloom and not hide under a costume, for you will always smell love in the room, originating from your womb. Iyami iliodo, Iyami iliodo, Obinisa la ma'awoe, Obinisa la ma'awoe. If you want to hear the rest, buy the book.
Yes, thank you. Definitely.
Yeah, taster.
Hey, thank you.
Excellent.
Iyami ileo. And so, yes, so we have, this is a moment for you to just listen to us trying to do that bringing that vibration to you when we did go last year, and we did do the
Whoa. What happened?
No, that's how it is, Danny. We only had a little clip, and so it goes through it like this.
Oh, sorry.
We went through this. Vibrations. We were in lockdown.
That was a great day.
I think were we still in lockdown?
Yeah, well, they had given us a little, they gave us a little
leeway,
a little break.
And we just broke out into the river.
We were on it. It was a wonderful day.
We needed it, as we will need it.
Yes.
Again.
As we need it now.
There he is. And yes, this is literally
Hello, Danny.
This is not in the Caribbean, and it's just to show that the river is the river, the water is the water, wherever you are. People actually submerged, like this eldest there was submerged completely, and her son.
Oh, Sister Jackie is saying here, it's beautiful to witness our joys and reconnections, nurturing. Such a wonderful Great picks. Oh, wow. And do you remember that was a day that they said, it was said that it was going to be quite a bit of rain and so on. Do you remember that, Danny?
Yeah, I remember very
and we
much.
were like
They said that,
laughing.
no, there's not
We
going to
were
be
laughing about this.
Control
Nothing
things.
was further from the truth. It was
Absolutely no rain whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so it is all the time. I know, it's just a little remix thing that I'm doing.
Oh.
Remix, Karen. Just, yeah.
Great.
Faces.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that thank you is.
Can I just say how every time I go to the ritual, it reminded me of how important these group celebrations of ourselves are. You know, we don't need a reason. We are the reason. You understand? And it is so important, and even more so during these current conditions, that when the opportunity arises, we come together physically in that circle, and we elevate and we raise our emotion, our energy. It's a blessing.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you, everyone. And this is just to show what else we do as Way with Words. So again, do buy the book. You can really get it from the website. They have copies in some independent places like New Beacon Books. So you know, it's on their website as well. So there are some small distributors, but we're keeping it independent. We're keeping it within, and we're keeping it ultimately real. So if you can book for any of these two upcomings. And yeah, I just want to thank you again. Thank you to Danny. Thank you to Tony Warner, who I think he has left now. But, you know, I really want to thank him for his support. And, you know, we had hoped to stream it on YouTube, but we're going to post it there. As soon as it's recorded, we're just going to share. I know someone has asked this in the chat. We'll just share the recording on YouTube, share the recording on as many of the platforms as we can. So, yeah, so I'm going to stop sharing. Again, I'm going to encourage you to purchase the book, support the artists that you've seen in various ways. I know Ken is on here. If Ken, if Cheryl is here, she can put your details in there again in the chat so that we can know where we can get it. Any of the contributors, I really, really must say thank you to all of the contributors. You were all fantastic. You know, nobody bugging, nobody being a pain, you know, I don't know. I've never done this before. It's actually my first, Way with Words' first anthology. So I'm heartened by the quality of the submissions and the you know, the goodness of the hearts that did it. And I think it was because it's Mami Wata. Whenever I do the spiritual, I know my friend who's watching this will be saying, fix your coat, fix your this, you know. So yeah, I know that when I do the spiritual work, it is always wonderful. It's always blessed. So I give thanks to Mami Wata. I give thanks to the ancestors. I give thanks to my spiritual mentor who agreed to do the one of the blurb, Baba Menez, who's still with us. Thank you so much. You don't know how much you inspire me. But I did want to say that you do a ritual where you go to the sea to thank our ancestors. Do you want to mention that? Are you doing this year, Baba? Because if you are, we could try to maybe connect somehow and maybe go and do something, just bring that energy in. You know, you'll do it in your space and we'll do it, you know, we'll share it again so that everybody can link up. What do you say?
I think it's a great idea, and we will explore it.
Yes.
It's a great you know, this pandemic has placed us in a position where we are being very creative in terms of our communication. as much as it has prevented some of us from the huggings, for those who don't want to hug, because I still hug, we still hug, we don't worry about that.
We still hug
but
happily.
one of the things that it did, it has helped us to communicate more on an international level.
Yeah.
With many of our families and stuff that we were not doing.
It's true.
You know, so now we you know, it has forced us to communicate more on an international level using their platform. And you know, them old people say, them people is plan, but then Olodumare got another plan.
Yeah.
So in a way, we are bringing about an international family that we only spoke about, but now we are interacting with each other. And I would like to say that please pay attention to what happened in 2019 after the situation in Ghana that created $1.5 billion. Please look at it and then look at the pandemic.
Thank you, Baba. Absolutely. I think, yeah, I mean, we could do another whole session on that and the need for us to be very vigilant in how we're understanding the moment and how we're using it. It's like I was thinking as you were speaking that what it meant for bad, Jamek for good. Yeah. So yeah, we just have to know, strict to the government. Why is it a population? You could go on and on and on. So we just have to in tune with the flow and the energy and the majesty of our ancestor, our Mami Wata, and all the Orisha, the Neteru, all the principles, the concept, the forces that are, you know, directing us if we tune into them. And as I said, in so doing, today happened on this day, at this time, the new moon in Pisces. I mean, I couldn't even, I did not make this up. This is a real synchronicity that more and more, and when you hear some of the astrologers speak about the confluence of energies and the expansion of our consciousness, this is the beauty of Mami Wata and understanding our responsibility to honor our divine consciousness and that which connects us all. I feel I'm just on my like oration thing. But anyway, this is really it. I don't know if anyone in the audience want to unmute yourself, speak, say anything, what have you. This is
There's some wonderful things that are coming through on the chat.
Okay.
So we've had lots of really oh, where is the chat? Where is the chat? Why
you've got your hands raised?
Who, me?
Yeah, I've unraised your hands, but
have you unraised?
There's some, yeah, it's just some people feeding back.
Yes.
So, thank you. It was fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for beautiful and spiritually nourishing evening. Such a great collective effort. Yeah. Beautiful vibrations and energy. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you all. I love this. Learned so much. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you to all the contributors. Thank you and congratulations to all.
Wow, Danny, you're great.
Wonderful piece of work.
Okay, wow, he's just on a roll.
It will be a staple in spiritual history. Yes. Much love and blessings. What an amazing presentation and blessed and inspiring session. Peace and blessings to everyone. Wow. There's been a question, will there be a recording of this event available?
Yeah, it's recorded and it will be available. It will go to YouTube.
5 new messages.
It will go wherever it needs to go to. Yeah, so.
Okay, so it's just pure thanks and praise that reading here.
Oh, that's really good.
Lots of, yeah.
There's one here, we got the youth, the elders, and everyone in between.
Ashe.
In between, I like that one.
Ashe.
Yeah, Ashe.
We have indeed. Well, Mama Lou managed to be on the call for like a good little while. She's like 80.
For a bit, right?
Yes, they are. This has been a phenomenal offering. This is from Sister Jackie. Thank you. This has been a phenomenal offering. I trust we are not going to end before raising our glasses in honor of Michelle, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's where you were going.
Yes, I didn't know either. I hadn't read it, but
I thought we would
all Michelle work energy. So
I have to
we
get
give
my
thanks
own
and
glass
praise.
to raise my glass to myself.
We give thanks and praise to Sister Dr. Michelle Yah through the spirit of Mami Wata has made her appearance and shared with us today. And we give thanks to all who have contributed to this through their attendance and through their gifts. So
to us,
to us,
the collective, to Mami, to all the forces,
the Mami Wata collective.
Yeah, the Mami Wata, Mami Wata.
Abundance, blessing,
abundance, peace. The Ganda is open.
I love it.
The Ganda is open, you know? And the thing is, when we say these things as well, we don't just say them flippantly.
No.
We did a comfort Thanksgiving ritual in 2016, I believe, it was Comfort Thanksgiving we did. And I remember us singing. I didn't know the tunes because, Baba, you will know I'm learning and you are teaching me as much as you can from this distance. I would love to go there and for you to come here, because I know when your energy reaches this space, oh my word, right? But we did a song which was, I don't know whether Baba UC Kwayana told me that song, but it was Open Ganda, Mermaid come, Open Ganda, Mermaid come. Yeah, and I never knew the song before. And we were singing it, me and Mom were practicing it, and then we did it at this thing, and it was like, yeah, that is happening. Mermaid is coming.
Mermaid, yeah.
Go on, Baba.
You know, one of the things that we must do, we need to set up a program where we can get, I can speak to him, where we can get our esteemed elder and living legend, Iyusi Kwayana, who is now 95 years young.
Juanita just did something.
Yes, we need to put together a program where we can get him on a forum like this and promote him. And he has a few books, but there's a particular book. We're going to talk about that I would love for us to bring him and engage him like this in terms of many of the traditional things and so on. I mean, I am very happy to have been able to sit at his feet many times. And I would like to finish off by saying, showing gratitude upon gratitude is the hour of all gratitude. Showing benevolence upon benevolence is the hour of all benevolence. He who do not remember to show gratitude for yesterday's favors will never enjoy today's gratuity. I am thankful for my ancestors. Because of them, I am. Thank you.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And you didn't tell me that you knew Baba James, Professor James Small, but we'll talk about that one another day.
You'll be surprised to know the amount of people that I know, but I stay low profile.
I know.
I don't, you know, as one of my godchildren is the one who put up that picture, you know. She's the one who put up that picture. But I was very fortunate as a drummer to do the drum invocation at Dr. Ben's funeral, at Dr. Clark's funeral. At the brother from Trinidad and Tobago.
Tony Martin? Tony Martin?
No, not Tony Martin. Well, his main thing was organize. Why is my
Stokely Carmichael.
Stokely Carmichael. Kwame Ture.
Kwame Ture. Where did Stokely come?
You know, I was fortunate also in Brooklyn when they had the ceremony, the going home ceremony for, you know, having the opportunity to do this drumming for all these great ancestors. You know, that clip that you showed, for 20 something years, I couldn't find that clip. I found that clip last year. Drumming for the Million Woman March. Here I am, this little drummer boy from Guyana on stage with all these great women drumming. That's nothing but ancestors. And so I thank my ancestors all day, all night long.
Just taking it easy today. Yeah. Sister Makeda, I believe you wanted to say something.
I want to say something very short, but unfortunately, I know it's not going to reflect the true significance. We honor you and we thank you for listening to the call of Mami Wata, for manifesting her energy through your works, and for manifesting the spirit of all of us throughout our global community. And also, we're going to thank you in advance for the second publication of this book.
Wow.
Hey.
Sister Makeda. I kind of, it's 20 to 8. I have to.
Yeah, it's all right. You're a teacher, isn't it? It's cool. Thank you, Brother Danny.
Okay, well, thank you all. It's been a
Thank you so much for co-hosting.
Thank you, Brother
being
Danny.
there and the love image and your contribution. What we didn't mention, before you go, Brother Danny, what we didn't mention was that you bigged up the picture so much. Yeah, you big up the picture, you tank up yourself for the come and look nice and thing. Yeah. To mention that you are also a writer and that there is a written piece.
Oh yes, I do have a story in the
it's one of my favorites, and it's one of my favorite stories. It's such a fantastic story.
I have to, you know why I probably forgot, because I have to confess, my son has the copy. He has my copy. I can't remember the name of my book, of my source.
It's called Water Spirit.
Water Spirit, yes, of course it was. I don't know what page it's on, but Water Spirit, that's my humble contribution.
Yeah. It is more than humble. And
it's
why
a great
does your
contribution.
Son have it? Why does your son have it, and how old is your son?
Oh, sorry, my son is 33.
You trying to run off and go to what?
All right, my son is 33. He read it, he and his partner, they read it, and they're not heavy readers, I have to say that. And they loved it. They loved it, and they were questioning me about it. It really resonated with them. And I'm like, yeah, but your father been writing for 40 years, and I know you are for reading. You know what I mean? So
Danny, please share some of it before you go. Please share some of it before you go.
I don't have it here. I don't have a copy here. I'm sorry, brother. Well, you have to buy the book. Like Brother Amusi said, you want to get the rest of his poem, you have to buy the book. You want to read mine?
Baba Menes has a copy of the book, so that's fine.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I can't even tell you what page I'm on, but you open the book and you'll find.
We can tell. We can say what page Brother Danny story is on, and it actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, okay, you got me chatting, so I'm going to chat because those of you who know me. Oh, thank you, Attained. Page 35. Now it's a story, and it deals with. I'm not going to reveal the story, but it deals with water as a keeper of memory, as a holder of memory. If you think about the oceans, our memories are deep in those those oceans, and it deals with water as the giver of life. You know, when what is a signal that a woman's about to give birth? Her waters break, as they say. So it's a kind of dealing with those elements, but I can only say that in hindsight because I didn't.
You can't remember.
I wrote it. Y'all called me. If y'all called me on a Monday, I wrote the story on a Tuesday, gave it to her on a Wednesday. It was that spontaneous. But then that's how That's how I vibe with Yah. You know what I mean? When I go and sit in her front room where she's sitting now, ideas just, that's the kind of vibration we have. And for that, I give thanks. So that's my humble contribution. Thank you. But I must go now.
You haven't got the book. Get the book. Read all the stories.
Read all the stories. I haven't read all of them yet. I mean,
read it to your
it's a
children. You know,
wonderful collection of
images.
Stories.
Show your children. Thank you for your.
All right then.
Thank you for those of you who came on at like whatever time o'clock, 4:30, 4:15, 4 o'clock, and are still on call. And Elroy, you moved. You were there a minute ago, and I must hail his brother up. Let me find. Oh, there you go. You're over there. And brother Roy, he's from Guyana. You're living in Toronto, Canada. You're just shaking your head. It's okay. I don't mind going. But the reason why I want to hail you up is because I think you were one of the first people to pre-order copy of the book. And you have been consistent in your support. So I thank you so much for that. It means so much, that support. Thank you. And some of you, Brother Amawali, you wanted to say something? You've gone again. It's just having to scroll through.
Please share some poems. I know there's some poets out there. You know, share some poems. We hanging out.
Do you know what? I can read a bit. I haven't read a bit from the book. What am I talking about?
Of course, yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, what? Say what? Hold on. Okay, let me think. Yes?
Did Juanita read?
Juanita didn't, and she left. And the reason why is because we're having a Guyana Speaks version. So these contributors will have a separate moment. And that is probably also why I didn't necessarily read. But what I will do is I have not only obviously the introduction and the privilege of having put this together, but there is also a story that I wrote. But Baba, you've read this story, I think, so it might be not that exciting for you. And it's, unless I read from the introduction, what's the vote? Introduction or a bit of the story? Introduction?
Introduction, and keep them wanting for the story. Keep them wanting.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Okay, introduction here. I'm going to read, yeah. So when I was a child growing up in Guyana, there was a boy who came to spend the school holidays with his family in Linden. Wismar and Mackenzie are small towns in Linden separated by the Demerara River. Our house on the hill was on the Wismar side. We played for a few days during the holidays, and I loved him in that way children sometimes do immediately when they meet. One day he disappeared. He had drowned in the dark waters of the Demerara. I developed a phobia of drowning and fear of water following this tragedy, which lasted well into recent years, the phobia. I had never forgotten the boy, the pain I felt at his passing, and with it, the power of water. At the time, I was not consciously aware of water mama, as Guyanese in general refer to the water spirit found throughout West Africa called Mami Wata. But soon I would learn about this purported terrifying force that claimed the lives of anyone who went near the sea or rivers and didn't honor her as she had asked them to do. Men in particular were beguiled by her and requested to make promises to return her favors, her irrepressible sensuality being compelling, along with the allure of magical wealth. She was sometimes called Fair Maid, adapted from the mermaid of European lore, always described as having long hair and mystically beautiful. She would lure unsuspecting victims to her home at the bottom of the sea. That's what I used to hear. Certain symbols accompanied the tales, mirrors, combs, and coins, especially gold, that were found by the sea and came with a warning that these items should never be picked up, as this would mean a pact had been made with Water Mama. The pact included an offering of untold riches if she was obeyed, danger, even death if denied. Over many years, I've heard first-hand and second-hand versions of these stories that ran along similar lines. The ones where lives were lost to sea and identified with Water Mama stayed with me. Thus, the water phobia persisted. That is, until I began to make intuitive connections with river goddesses, including Mami Wata, that have directed me many years later to compiling this book. For these connections to be meaningful, however, I had to lose the fear of water. Though I have never been enamored with swimming pools, I began to run towards rather than away from any natural body of water, seas, rivers, springs, creeks, wheresoever I came across them over the years. The black waters of Guyana no longer terrified me. I would open my arms to the mysteries that I didn't understand, yet had an earnest desire to embrace. This was so empowering, I eventually began to lose the fear of water, which has made way for a more psychic attempt to reconnect with this primordial source of creation.
Ashe.
Thank you.
Ashe, thank you.
Yeah.
Something in the chat. Fabulous, says Rudy.
Thank you, Danny. Tony, you're still here. I thought you'd gone. Is that Tony Warner that I can see? Because if it is, I feel like, wow, and I need to big you up some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just working anyway, so carry on.
Oh, hi, Tony Warner.
Hi, Tony Warner. Tony, Black History Walks. Tony, I think I'm really, really tempted to do this announcement.
Not yet, not yet.
Okay,
Not
good.
Okay.
I will do soon though, because it's exciting. I need to thank Serene, Sister Serene. I need to thank Sister Jean, by the way, who's hiding there. She's not on, but she's also in the publication. Sister Jean.
Can I say something about Sister Jean and her piece and her art?
Great.
Work? She has a very beautiful piece in the book. Buy the book, then you'll see it. Sister Jean. But then the most wonderful thing happened last year. Sister Jean came to visit me at my humble hamlet of Archway, and bequeathed me the original, the art that you will see in the book is actually sitting. Actually, no, it's on the wall now. It was on my desk before. It's now on my wall. It was given to me as a present by Sister Jean. And I just I get excited every time because I know the art. I know this artist and love her. And I've got this original piece that's also in the book. So thank you so much, Sister Jean.
As do I. Oh, that was like, as do I with the piece that Brother Ken gave to me as well. I'm just trying to go through and scroll. Thank you to Shalane, hello. Olivia, is that you, Olivia? Thank you. Katie, you're still here. That's great. Hello. Dinner. That's good. Thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, Tony is high in the background as well, by the way.
Hello, Tony. I know you can see us, but we can't see you. That's cool. It's all right. Clara, hello. And Claudia Tomlinson, hello. Sandra Agard, you're quiet in the background there.
Sandra Agard,
Bigging
hello.
all the people up. Just don't want to forget anybody. Gordon and Karen, hello.
You're in the house.
Yay, how are you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Kafaya, I could never forget you. Thank you for being
Thank you, sis. This was amazing. Thank you.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you though at the river. You're hiding from it.
Soon.
Yeah. Sorry, Gordon.
Brother Menez from New York there, just special greetings to him too.
Okay, yes.
The griot.
Yeah, Baba, yeah.
Yeah.
He's hearing you.
Yeah, we did a kwekwe 2 summers ago.
In 2019, my
Kwekwe
brother's wedding.
in Queens. He doesn't remember anyway.
Yes, I remember. Why you think I'm not going to remember? That was an awesome kwekwe.
Yes.
You know, because you know, it's a kwekwe where a lot of people who their tradition and their religion is the same, which is Christianity. And you know, there was some kind of things about what some people say in regards to Kwekwe. So I took that particular occasion to really do not just a Kwekwe, but a teaching aspect of Kwekwe to enlighten our people of the importance of our tradition and the ethics that our ancestors held on to, even after coming out of almost 300 years of captivity, that their ethics were so high that our young women who there were certain family looms that was passed on to them if they married as a chaste woman. It was a big thing in the village. It was actually, if the young woman was a chaste woman, when she come out that Sunday morning and the grandmother come and speak about her granddaughter and show the sheet and how she's chaste.
The sheets.
Actually, there's a next celebration that takes place. And that celebration is the village now celebrating the fact that this young woman maintained the tradition. And this young man, so, you know, Kwekwe, it is a magnificent way. It's an awesome way to really show how our ancestors held on to the tradition and to the ethos in the tradition.
Baba, that is a workshop. You know that I want you to even have to be here to do that. It's just like, when I hear you talking about it, it's just like, oh. But just for the people who don't know what you're talking about, yeah. We're talking about Kwekwe, which is a Guyanese pre-marital ritual where the family of the bride and the family of the groom do these exchanges. And I mean, I don't even know why I'm trying to give it any chat, but I just wanted to give you that initial, that's what it is. So there's this ritual and it involves singing, dancing, exchange, showing. I've actually got clips with, that's how, when I met you, Baba, a couple of years ago, you actually invited me to one that you were doing in Guyana. And I got away because it was this academic conference that I was at. And they were all very like, you know, sort of stiff and what have you. And we're here as academics. And I was like, I had on, say, like a gear like this. And then I had the underneath it, or I could change into the Kwekwe outfit. And I'm going to go. And I said to them, do you not want to come? Some of the academics. And they were like, where are you going? And I said, I'm going, it's in Mocha. Now, Mocha, for those of you who are from the Caribbean or wherever, the Mocha to me always seems like it's backyard somewhere, right? So our Guyanese was the Mocha, you know, which is dark. There's no light. There's no this. So they were like, really, you're going there? Good luck to you. And I said, yeah, but it's Kwekwe, you know, it's this ritual and it's going to be drumming. It's going to be like amazing. They didn't come. They said, good luck to you. I jumped in a taxi. I went by myself and I found it and I absolutely loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And then, yeah, lo and behold, yeah, you can't get back home easily because there's no transport. But I managed to, and that's where I actually physically met Baba. And, you know, I really do his drumming, his everything. I mean, I can see why you were people kind of magnet to that drumming, because I don't hear that vibration. I don't feel that energy all the time that easily as when I do when I hear you drumming. So I really do hope that we can get to meet up again along those lines and perhaps do something around the Kwekwe. Margaret, are you on here still? Because Margaret had a Kwekwe herself when she got married. I think she was on here before, but she's gone. But yeah.
Well, let me just add a little piece to what you just said. In the African tradition, and even though it's primarily comes out of West Africa, throughout Africa, there are pre-marriage ceremonies. But in our tradition, marriage is not about individuals. Marriage is about the families. And so when a marriage is taking place, it's actually the families are marrying to each other families. And so the kwekwe is a pre-marriage world ceremony so that one now can truly meet each other's from the other family, because before then, it's basically just the two individuals, you know, unless both families are from the same village. So this is the opportunity now where both families come together, and the dance and the drumming. But you know what I love about kwekwe? I love when the elders in the family have to show the young people how to do the thing.
I'm going to find it.
Science. You have to show the science.
I'm going to find it. Let me try and find it. Oh my gosh. Show it somewhere along the line. The science, yes, as you were saying. Let me see. Hey, Gala, what you want? Because there's some of you. Oh, here we go. Wait. Right, okay, so that's it, but I need to share it. 1 minute. Let me share that. Treats. It's gonna be amazing. I gotta come back here. Gotta go here. I gotta share the screen. Where is it now? Got the sound.
I can tell you something. I am ashamed of Facebook. But don't Tracy, your True, love you, true. Listen, y'all go back to
I did not know whether you could see any of that.
Couldn't see any of it. We heard it, but we couldn't see it.
Hear it, but
You
no.
couldn't see it?
No, we were hearing it.
Okay, hold on a minute. I have to figure out why you couldn't see it. Let me
We can only see the files.
say that again.
We can only see the
The little thumbnails.
The files.
Okay. Let me figure out why you couldn't see. Let me stop that a minute. Do I need to get it up, open, and have it up? How do I make you see it? Because I'm pressing share screen. I don't know why. Oh, I know what I'll do. You keep talking amongst yourself. I'll figure this out.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going to put it into a PowerPoint, so that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just keep going because that will work. That.
I think that was a wonderful point that Baba made about couples getting married and it not being this individual affair, because I think, you know, the longer that we're sort of in these parts of the world, you know, the more some of us seem to believe that, yeah, that it's a really kind of individualistic enterprise, which really, you know, at our core, it never was, and it isn't. So I think that was like a really important takeaway from what he was saying.
It can't work. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm getting I am getting there. Keep talking amongst yourselves. We're in celebration. It's a launch. Guyana. Am I still in Guyana?
Maybe everyone needs to refill their glasses.
I've got the whole bottle here, but I know my friend Kathy's on her way. She's not going to allow me to just have that by myself.
Brother Musu is saying, have a wonderful evening, everyone. It was nice to be part of this gathering. Blessings every time. So Musu, Brother Musu, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. I know.
The other thing to add is that the requires education for the bride and groom to be also. With all the dance moves and the waist moves and different things, it's an education to them.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. I'm getting there. Okay, so it's in a slide. So now I go back to Zoom. I share it. Yeah, so you should be able to, let me just hide that. Try and share it. That's two of them. It's actually another one. Yeah, no. That's part of it. That's one. Okay, but I know why they want to hide themselves, but I know it's doing it.
But that clip right there, it's speaking about the young people have seen, so now they got to show their science.
Yes.
You know, so that's what the two young people is showing their science now. And the word science it's I find these old people, boy, I tell you, show your science, because in order to bring human beings to earth, because we are all spiritual beings, and when we come to earth is when we manifest in our physicality. So there's a science, and okay.
Yeah, I found it, brother.
It's like motion, science, motion.
Why does it keep going to that one though? Because every time I press it, it goes to that one. It should be this one. Okay. No. I know you lot can see me doing all of this, and also this is being taped, and I'll have to edit it. Hold on, wait. Here we go.
I'm gonna tell you something. I am ashamed of this. But don't Tracy, your True, what be true? Listen, y'all go back to
Brilliant, that gives me so much joy. Gives me so much joy.
Listen, you know, part of the cracker ceremony, each family have to come in the ganda and wine, so as to show their signs. And one of the things this does, it helps it releases tensions, and it makes people now feel, okay, let me do my thing. And so different aspects of the tradition just help the whole thing to be such a wonderful occasion that, you know, people laughing, people, you know, a lot of people didn't know what to expect. So it just put people in a whole different space. And it's all joy, it's all happy, you know. And today, a lot of the young people don't know how to whine, and that's a true thing. They're very stiff.
Oh, they're very stiff.
Michelle?
Yes?
The brother has to run one of those workshops.
Yes, definitely. This is there like all the time. I'm going to show a bit of his drumming now as well. Hold on.
I had to say that the dancing reminded me of when people are getting into spirit. It had that feel to it.
Mm.
They can do, can't they, Baba? But I don't know if it's all the time.
Yes, you're very much correct. The drumming and the performance allow people to get into that space. As a matter of fact, I did a play on Crack. It's called Welcome to the Crack. I did it at a theater in downtown Brooklyn. And the first time I did the play, a young lady in the audience actually manifested and began to dance, came on the stage and went into manifestation. And we had to suspend the performance for a while, and then do what we do, thank Olodumare. I was there. We had also other priests and priestesses who were there who knew how to handle that situation. So we took care of it, and then we got it out of there. But the funny thing about it, this was a young woman who was always running from the drums. And so after that occasion, we got her to begin to come with the drums and be a part of the drums. And she manifested at some other things, and she began to tell some of her own stories and stuff. And today she no longer, she can go any place now and listen to the drums without going into manifestation. Because the ancestors was trying to speak to her.
Yes.
And every time the drums is played, that is when they would manage. And she never want to go any place where no drums and so on and so forth. And yeah, that was part of that experience.
Good. Let's listen to a bit of your drumming, Baba, just because I'm always bigging you up and I don't think people believe me.
Listen, right now this thing getting to be like a Baba thing.
No, I'm listening to your drum. Sorry. It's the young one, Baba, that's looking at you.
Okay.
Hold on, I've got to make it big. I want to make it big.